Good morning. It's currently 6:23 p.m. on Sunday, June 28th. And I'm filming this video a couple days early because the first is in the middle of the week, and I think this one's going to take a little while to edit. We're halfway into the year. I figure I should do some sort of mid-year review just to go over the progress of all my goals or lack thereof. So let's get started. Mid-year review. I'm probably going to be looking at my phone a lot during this video, so I apologize. I've broken down the categories of goals into a few different groups. I'm going to try to put a visual aid here to show my actual bingo card, and I'll highlight what I'm talking about. Maybe we'll mark if it's failed, I'll do red, green if it's good. I don't know. We'll figure out something. I'm going to put the goals here so that there's something to look at. The first group of goals is the goals that I've finished. I installed a pull-up bar. That was about the first thing I did this year. I learned how to drive stick. I bought a Volkswagen GTI with a 6-speed manual. I've been driving that as my primary car. I'm to the point where it feels weird to drive a regular automatic. I reach for the clutch right away, put my foot to the floor, that kind of thing. That's done. I've learned how to drive stick. Actually, it wasn't that hard. I'm kind of surprised. Refer back to the list because there's a lot of goals and I don't remember them all. The next goal that I finished was I did a gravel race. I raced in the Bear 100. I completed my race. I released a video. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. That goal is done. Final goal that I finished is releasing 12 videos this year. This video is the 12th video. I didn't expect that to be a problem, but I didn't necessarily think I would finish it this quickly either. I guess at this rate, I'm doing 2 videos a month, which is kind of cool. Those are the 4 goals I've completed already. If my math is correct, that means there's many more goals that should be done by now that aren't done. So let's start talking about the failures and the probably gonna failures and stuff that might still happen. The first one I want to go into is a list of goals that I've failed or that I'm definitely gonna fail. The first one of those goals is no alcohol purchases for drinking at home. I failed that goal. The plan was in May or so, beer gardens open up. So I thought I will just basically not drink until May. When it's all nice and sunny, I'll go to the beer gardens and I'll be able to drink. I did that for a little bit. There's a beer garden basically a block away from my house. A couple little cool pubs and stuff too. But after doing that for a little while, I was thinking this is the least efficient way to drink alcohol as far as calories are concerned. If I drink at home, usually it's spirits with diet soda, and I figure that's lower calories. However, I did not account for the fact that drinking at home, I definitely drink more, and I have more easy accessibility to snacks. I also drink later if I'm drinking at home, so it disrupts my sleep more. So all in all, it's been worse for calories, it's been worse for sleep. I plan to come up with backup goals for the things that I failed or that I'm going to fail. But this one, I don't really have a backup goal. I think I'm just gonna go back to only drinking outside the house, except for the stuff that I brew or if people bring something. I didn't really have any better ideas than that. I think I'm just gonna go back to that. Next goal I'm definitely gonna fail is reading 12 fat books. So far, I've read 2.5 fat books. I'm currently halfway into this book. I do actually like this book, and I've been finding time to read it more recently. So I plan to finish this one, but there's no way I'm reading 9 more fat books in the rest of the year. My backup goal for that one is going to be just read 12 books. So 9 more books of any length. I kind of noticed this at the start of the year when I was looking through my long books. Some of them were ones that I was really interested in reading right away, but there weren't a ton of them where I was like, I really want to read that one. I'm excited about that topic right now. There are other books I own that are much shorter that I am really excited to read that I assume I can crank out much more quickly. So that's going to be my plan on that goal for the rest of the year. Just read more books. Try to get to 12 books of any length. And finally, the last goal that I'm definitely going to fail is weight loss. I currently am around 220 pounds, which I believe means I've gained 5 pounds on the year. There's only 6 months left in the year, and to lose 40 pounds in that amount of time, I guess 45 pounds now, would be not very healthy. That's not gonna happen. So the backup goal I have for that is just to lose weight every month. Doesn't have to be 5 pounds, doesn't have to be 4 pounds. As long as my weight is lower at the start of the month than it was the previous month, I'm making progress on that goal. Getting back to the more positive side of things, the next group of goals is goals that I haven't completed yet, but that are going well. And the first one of those is riding the River West 24. The River West 24 is on a specific date, so I can't be done with that one yet, but I am on a team. We do have a plan for how we're going to ride and organize things in the area. Hopefully next month, or maybe a little after next month, I'll report that that went well and it was good, and maybe I'll have a video. I'm not really sure. A lot of the race is in the dark, not really conducive for filming, so we'll see about that. But certainly plan to take part in the event and complete that goal. Next goal that I expect to finish, but is not technically done yet, is brewing those batches of beer. I have 2 batches left. It really just takes one day on the weekend to do most of the work to brew a batch. I don't think I'll have any problem finishing that. The next goal that I haven't completed but I expect to finish this year is my overnight motorcycle trip. I have all the bags and gear that I want to bring. I've done some fairly long rides, multiple hours, and probably over 100 miles in a ride. I'm not exactly sure. Just gotta pick a day, book hotels, figure out what I'm gonna do. I'll try to make a video out of that whenever I do it. I don't think there should be any problem completing that goal. And then finally, the last goal that I expect to finish, but haven't quite finished yet, is 6 videos not at home. I've already released a couple of those. We did the Bear 100 video. I did the Learning to Drive Stick video. I don't think there's any more beyond that, but if I make a video for River Rose 24, that's another one. If I make a video for bike packing and for the moto trip, that's a couple more. There's definitely ideas that I have, and there's not really anything holding me back from doing those videos. Just gotta figure out when I'm gonna do them. I don't think I'll have any problem finishing that goal. Now I'm gonna get into the last and longest group of goals. These are goals that are feasible, but some of them might be a long shot. First one I'm gonna start with is push-ups. I have a goal to do 5,000 push-ups this year. So far I have it on my board, 1,560 push-ups, which is not half of 5,000. So I'm behind. I put the math in here. I have 3,440 push-ups remaining on the year, and that works out to 19 push-ups per day. Nothing, right? Or 38 if I do them every other day. That doesn't sound very difficult. My problem so far has just been consistency, remembering to do them. If I'm doing 19 a day, I think I can just pick a time in the morning, before lunch, every day, take these small chunks. That goal is still feasible. I wouldn't call that one a long shot, but we'll see. The next goal is traveling abroad. I've done very minimal research into what's required and where some good destinations might be, but I haven't done any concrete work toward making sure I can find a good time, taking off of work, anything like that. I could just pick a random weekend and fly to a country and spend like a day there and then come right back. That seems like kind of a waste of airfare. I don't think I'm gonna do that just to fulfill the goal, but we'll see. That one I would say is more on the long shot side of things, just because I have a lot going on for the rest of the year and there's a lot more goals that I need to get to still. Next one is recording 6 songs. This one, at the start of the year, I thought it might be kind of a long shot. It depends if I dilute this goal. So I do have an electric drum kit now. I've been playing it a lot. I've learned a few songs that I could do a drum cover of, but the spirit of the goal is that I wanted to record full songs, every part, guitar, bass, drums, singing. So doing like a drum cover, I don't think really counts. Maybe if we're in the last few months of the year and I have nothing recorded, that would be a good time to just start releasing covers and say, this is something. Might not be in the spirit of the original goal, but it's something. And then we've got morning person. I made a couple attempts at this so far that didn't go so well. This past month, I did finally install blackout curtains in my bedroom, and while it hasn't helped me shift my sleep schedule, it has definitely had a positive impact on my sleep quality. I'm hoping that will help me with my next attempt when I do actually shift my schedule. Now that I'm getting 8 hours of quality sleep fairly regularly, I'm hoping that will help me slingshot into doing the same thing just a few hours earlier. Sourdough bread. Sourdough bread should be feasible. It didn't go very well when I tried to do it last year. I think if I do a little bit more planning this year, maybe I can make it happen. That goal to me feels like more of an end of year thing. When I think of baking bread at the house, I think it's more of a cold weather activity. So that might be more of a fall, winter kind of thing. But I do have to get started on that probably at least a month early, so there's time for the starter to get going. That's one thing to consider on that goal. And then we have learning to lift. I bought equipment for lifting at home. I did do about a month and a half earlier in the year of regular lifting. Kind of dropped off of that when I started getting back into cycling more. Just this past week, I did start the lifting again. I will probably go for another session after recording this video. I haven't looked into trainers or anything like that at all for like actually learning how to do the lifts with good form. This one might be a little bit more of a long shot. I guess if I fail to actually get properly trained in lifting, I can say at least I got the stuff and I started DIYing it at home. Maybe that could be a partial success. The next goal, and this one I think is unfortunately kind of a long shot, is getting faster in cyclocross. I do have a training plan starting up tomorrow that I plan to stick with for the next 2 months leading up to the start of the cyclocross season. I don't know if 2 months of training and hopefully weight loss will be enough to make me significantly faster than I have been in previous years. We'll see. I think I need to lose a significant amount of weight to be in the mix of the Cat 4 races. That just hasn't happened yet this year. It might end up being more of a next year kind of thing. Next goal is to ride a Century. This one probably could have gone in the good progress, probably gonna happen list, but I haven't done anything to prepare for this, I guess. I've done a Century before, and that was on my gravel bike with a bunch of bike packing gear. I have no doubt I can do one on a road bike, especially if I take all day. So for this goal, I expect to achieve this. I'll probably try to fit it in as part of that cyclocross training block. Solo bike packing. Haven't done anything to prepare for this. I looked into campgrounds that might be good to stay at. I would like to go somewhere new, which is kind of a restricting factor because we've been to a lot of the nearby campgrounds already. That one is still totally feasible. Usually, I find that the cooler weather bikepacking trips are more fun when it's not just oppressively hot. Maybe I'll choose to do that as more of a fall thing. Next 2 goals, I'll just do these together. Grow a beard, get a haircut, try a new hairstyle. I think that's how I phrased it. It'll be up here, whatever it is. I haven't really looked into local stylists or anything like that, but like how hard could it be to research people who cut hair and go there and get your hair cut? I did really want to do a few phases since my hair is so long and I've been growing it for so long. I think it would be interesting to try a few different lengths, but if I just go to a stylist, get my hair cut significantly shorter, I think that counts. Growing a beard, definitely gonna be more of a fall, end of year type of goal. It's not really anything to do for that other than, I guess, learn how to trim a beard. It might be that I just can't grow a beard. It might look horrible if I just let it go for like 2 months. I mean, you just have to do that, right? That's just part of growing a beard. Next one on the list, coming up with 6 recipes for calorie tracking. I've got 2 so far. I don't think it should be too problematic to come up with 4 more recipes before the end of the year, but we'll see. Next one I think is kind of a long shot, releasing an app. I had this as a goal last year and maybe the year before as well. I made decent progress one of those times. Have not done anything this year toward releasing an app. No, I'm not vibe coding. I'm a software engineer. We don't do that. I have a couple of ideas written down for very simple apps. They would really just be like client-side web apps, but I still think that counts. I mean, that's a lot of popular apps these days. I think it's still feasible, but I do think it's unlikely. And the final goal that is on the list of feasible but maybe aren't going to happen goals is shooting 6 rolls of film. I haven't shot any film yet this year. Most of that is because in the first half of the year it's kind of gray and dark outside. Who wants to shoot film in that environment? Now that it's nice and sunny in summer, this is the time when I really should be shooting film. I'll try and get out there and shoot some rolls. This is the kind of goal that I could finish in a day if I just spent a few hours shooting film. It's pretty easy to shoot through a whole roll of film of 36 exposures. You'd be surprised. This one's definitely feasible. Due to the light and weather aspect, I should try to make sure I get this done before fall is over. Once you're in winter, getting out and shooting film kind of sucks. So that's all the goals and their current status. I got a few goals that have finished, a few goals that have failed, a handful of goals that are going well and that I expect to finish, and many more goals that I don't know if they're gonna finish. They're technically still feasible, but might not happen. That's the current state of my yearly goals. For the next few months, I think I need to focus heavily on training on the bike to get ready for the cyclocross season and losing weight. That'll help me with cyclocross, but also I just haven't lost any yet this year. So I want to get at least some net loss on the year. Hopefully have a better starting point for next year. That's the plan. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. Peace out.